The Views Designer tab can be accessed across the top portion of the ArmoníaPlus 2.0 workspace window or by pressing F3 on your keyboard. Within this tab, you will find the Web View tab, which is located on the left-hand side of the View Designer window. To add a new web view, simply select New Web View. Let's now rename this web view by either double-clicking on the new view or by selecting the options to the right of the newly created web view. Here you can see we have the option to delete, rename, or duplicate the current web view. Let's select Rename and name this web view All Systems. On the right-hand side of the Views Designer window, we can access the Viewport Properties menu. Here we have the option to choose a variety of default templates, allowing us to address the size of our viewport screen, as well as the option of placing this viewport in a horizontal or vertical configuration. For this example, we will be selecting iPad Pro 11 as our default viewport. Below the viewport size properties, we have the option to adjust the background color of our viewport screen or add a background image. The color option can be solid, gradient vertical, gradient horizontal, or gradient diagonal. You can choose two different color schemes when selecting any of the gradients options. In our example, we will be setting our background color to gradient vertical using color code FF00405D. Let's now set our background image. This is done by engaging the background image on and clicking Change Image. We will now load our web image and view the other options available. Within the drop-down menu, we can choose how this image is placed within our viewport screen: crop to fill, fit, and tile to fill. Lastly, we can adjust the opacity of our image. Let's adjust this to 30%. Across the top portion of the View Designer window is our toolbar. By selecting Image Logo tab and clicking on the blank image, let's add the PowerSoft logo by clicking Change. We can resize the logo by clicking and dragging on any other edge or corner while having the ability to see the current size. Let's resize the logo to 110 by 269. We will now add 3 zone controls to our viewport window. By holding Shift and selecting all 3 zone controls, we can change the properties of multiple controls at once. Let's change these to small and place them in a horizontal position. We can now click and drag these controls individually, stacking them within our viewport as shown. Apart from appearance, we also have the options to control what parameters are available within our zone controls by selecting them on or off. We can make visible, text label, level adjust, source, and mute. Lastly, let's assign the zone controls by selecting the Theater Zone controls and clicking Assign Zone. Assign this to the corresponding zone named Theater. We will repeat this process for the other 2 zone controls. Let's now add multi-zone control to our viewport. To do this, click Zones within our toolbar and choose Multi-Zone and position the controller here. Within the Properties menu of the multi-zone controller, we can choose the size of the control, large or small, as well as change the color of its appearance. Let's select the size as small. Within the Sections area of the Properties menu, we can enable or disable source selection, level adjustment, and mute. Finally, let's assign the zones. Click Assign Zones and choose Theater, Reception, and Nursery. We will now add a scene control to our viewport by selecting System Scenes within our toolbar, and we are going to place it in our viewport screen. Select this scene control to be small within the Properties menu of the system scene. Finally, add a power on/off control from the toolbar and place it within the viewport screen and leave size large. Lastly, ensure the ArmoníaPlus server is running within your preference windows and enable the synchronization by turning it on from here. Within the Options drop-down menu of all systems, we can now click Preview and view our viewport window via the web. Within the web interface, we can now control our system as designed, while also viewing all animations of each controller, ensuring the viewport window is fully functional.